Hi, my name is Bruce. I work for Pit Vac. Today I'm going to show you how we use a pump called Pit Vac. This pump, we normally use it in areas where there is no road access, where we have to carry it like this, and we get it near the pit that we are going to empty. So this pump is provided by a company called PID from Partners in Development from South Africa. The Pit Vac has four main parts. The first one is the motor. The second is the vacuum pump. The third one is the moisture trap. And the fourth is the tank where the sludge goes before being emptied in our barrel. So the purpose of the motor is to provide energy so that the pump can create the vacuum. Once they provides the energy, there is a belt here that creates a rotation, and the vacuum pump can then create the vacuum. So this is a tank that contains oil to lubricate the blades inside the pump. Once the vacuum is created, it pulls air from this tank and then it creates a vacuum here. When you are running it, this valve is closed and the vacuum is being created. Once the vacuum is created, this valve is normally closed, and then when it starts pulling sludge from the pit into this tank, and when you can check the rate of fill through this glass, and when it's almost getting full, you can open here and then open this lever so that the trash can go into the barrel. Before starting our pump, we have to check three things. The first one, you have to make sure that you have the pump oil and is enough here in this cup. If not, you can unscrew this, remove this and pull in. The second, you have to check the motor oil. You can unscrew this thing. It's a graduated thing. So to check the level of the oil, if it's there, then it's okay. And the third thing is to check if you have fuel. Check here, and if you find that you have fuel, it's okay. If not, you can add in more. So after checking those three things, you can now start the pump. The first thing is to open the fuel valve, okay? And after that, you have to, if you have not been running the pump, you have to start it on choke, and then you pull the throttle a little bit, but not too close to the maximum side or fast side, a little bit close to the slow side, and then you switch on. After that, you can pull the cord. One thing to be careful about the cord, once you have pulled it, you have to bring it back slowly. Otherwise, your cord will get damaged and then you will have to repair. So for optimum working condition, once the Pit Vac starts running, you must have a pressure that is between 0.7 and 0.9 bar, or 70 to 9 kilopascal. So once you start the pump, if you want to check if the pump is creating optimum vacuum, you can close here and check if the gauge is pointing between 0.7 and 0.9 bar, or between 70 and 90 kilopascal. So if the pump is running and you are not getting between 0.7 and 0.9 bar of vacuum pressure, that means you have a leakage somewhere in your system. So the first area to check is your connection, if there is no leakage between here and here, or between this tank and the facility. So if there is no leakage in your connection, either this one or this one from the tank to the facility, the other source of the leak might be seal inside this cover. So you can remove it, and if you find it is damaged, you can replace it. There is a second seal under here. So you can also open like this and check if it's not damaged. If it's damaged, you can replace it. As you are pumping from the pit and you are checking, and you have to be careful so that it doesn't overflow, because when it overflows, the sludge will go back and it can damage your pump. And so when you find that it's getting almost full, you have to open using this lever. And the purpose of this plastic here is to prevent splash of sludge everywhere, so that you won't have to waste a lot of time cleaning. So we use this plastic to prevent the spillage. So to avoid trash from entering into the hose and clogging it, we designed this screen that we made locally, and it helped prevent the trash from entering. Normally, the Pit Vac comes with this type of screens, but as you can see, sometimes the access point of the pit are too big for the, so that's why we made our own looking like this. As you are operating this pump, you have to open this ball valve time to time to check if there is any sewage inside, to let it out so that the water cannot go inside the pump. And you can also do it when you are done at the end of the job to clear this moisture trap. As I said, we open here to put oil in, but after 50 hours, that's around 20 empties, you can open this bolt here to drain the oil and put new one. So every 50 hours, you have to replace the oil inside the motor. For the motor, we use the petrol engine oil, SAE 50. And for the vacuum pump, the Laval type, we use the hydraulic oil, the ISO 68 oil. Another maintenance that we do for this motor is to open this air filter and replace it also after 50 hours of operation. That's between 20 and 25 empties. The third maintenance that we do is to every 100 hours of operation, we open and check if the spark plug has the 7 millimeter of gap. If not, we can enlarge it or replace it.